Hi everyone, today we are going to be doing a kind of slideshow type effect. I already done one tutorial on how to do this way specifically, but I've been asked on how to do it. There's a tutorial out there that somebody did way back in early 2013, and I looked at that tutorial that they were talking about, and I was like, hey, there's a simple way to do this, and you don't even have to do it the way that they did. And really, all it is a matter of just adding your images in here and then going up and clicking a couple buttons. I'm going to show you, you can do this. It's really simple to do inside of Photoshop. This is Photoshop's. So it's really simple to do in here, and it's really simple to do inside of Gimp also. So this is what I came up with. So we'll go to Filters, Animation, Playback. And it's really a super nice effect, and it don't take very long to do. These images are pretty big, so I might scale these images down just for this tutorial. But as you can tell, it's a nice fading effect. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this and close out. And I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this and then exit out of this. Then we are over here, and I'm going to go to Image, and let's see, we'll scale the image down, and let's see, we'll just divide it by 2, press enter, so 912 by 550, press scale, and now it's scaled the whole thing down. So it's cut down in half, and I'm only doing this, you could do this on whatever size images you want. Just remember that the larger the images are, the larger the file size will be when you export it. So I just got 3 different images in here. I got these 3 from Pixabay, and this image I got from Media Militia. So they're all nice images. I didn't really have any type of other photos that I wanted to use. So we got 4 images in here. It don't really matter how many you have, I don't think. For this filter, we'll just go up here into Filters and then go down to Animation. And just like the last tutorial I did a long time back, you just press Blend. And then the script foo blend thing will come up. And I think normally it's set on 10 and the max blur radius is on 0. I keep my blur radius on 3 just for this. It looks nice. And these intermediate frames, that's 70 frames, so that means that it's going to, let me cancel out of, I don't want to press help, let me cancel out of that. And that means that each image it's going to take and it's going to blend that between this and this, between this image and this image, 70 frames before it goes full opacity back to this image. And then it'll go 70 frames between this image and this image before it goes full opacity to this, so on and so forth. So all you got to do is just remember, though, when you click on this blend, the more frames you have, the larger the file size is going to be. 70 for this looked really nice, and I did this with 70 just because I didn't want to have to go through and spend the time changing the times on each and every one of those layers. But I will do one, let's say, with just 30 frames real quick, just so I can show you what I'm talking about. And I'm going to press OK. And if this seems like it's going to take a while, I will go ahead and fast forward the video until it gets done. Alrighty guys, I am back. And as you can see, we did 30. So it's taken 30 frames in between each image to go through here, and I'll just go up to Filters, Animation, Playback, and we'll play this back. And you can see you're already getting a very, very nice fade effect doing that. For some people, that might be a little too fast. It's totally up to your taste. I think that actually looks pretty nice. It might be a little bit too fast. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and exit out of this. And this filter goes from here and it does all them frames and adds it to a new document. So, which is kind of cool. So we'll just go up here and go to filters and oops, sorry. We'll go to filters and we'll go to optimize for GIF. And this might take a minute, so I might go ahead and speed through this part too, and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I am back, and the reason why I clicked on optimize for GIF is because if you see over here now in the layer area, it went ahead and named it all the frames, but it also added the milliseconds and this combined. These are all sort of kind of code, and it tells Gimp what to do with these, how fast, and all that for these layers. So that's the reason why I wanted to do that. But I'm going to go to frame 1 and I'm going to just left click on it, double click on it, and I'm going to change this from 100 to 1200, and I'm going to press enter on the first one. Then I'm going to go up to the 30th frame, because remember we did 30 frames, so that should be where the full opacity of the next image is. And I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to change that to 1200 also. And then we'll go up another 30 frames. 60, where's it at? There it is. And I'm going to change that one to 1200 also. And then go all the way up to the very top. Let's see. Nope. We want to go to. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, all the way to the very top, and then we'll do 1200 on this also. So 1200, and now we'll go up to filters, animation, playback, and then we'll play it back. And as you can tell, once the image gets solid, it stops there for a second. And it'll stay there, and then it'll go back, and it'll loop. Some people might like that. Some people might not like that. It's just to show off the full image. But as you can tell here, let's see, there's 93 frames. So I should have went and put that 1200 down on the next frame below. But that's okay, because it still looks okay. But that's how you change the time. And that's the reason why the last one, like I said, this looked really good with 70 frames. And I only did it with 70 frames because I didn't want to have to go through and change all these. 100 milliseconds is pretty quick. 1200 milliseconds is just fine. You could go up or lower even if you want it to be faster. But we'll come back over here to this document and, like I said, go to filters, animation, and then playback. And that's without me messing with anything. And I think at 30 frames, this looks pretty nice. And like I said, I'm not sure if there's a limit on how many images you could use, but as you can see here, I used 4. So I don't really think there is a limit on that, but that is a easy way to get a kind of fading in between images effect. And that's the same thing that that person that asked that showed me that other YouTube video. That's the same thing that the other person basically did, but that other person did it by hand. And this is just a couple clicks. Another thing I wanted to mention is before you started doing all this, if you have all your images and stuff right here, you want to make sure that you go ahead and you do anything that you want to the images as far as touch-ups or adding text and all that stuff. And you'll want to make sure that if you add your text and you want it to be on that image, you'll want to merge that text down into this image. So just keep that in mind to do all your work and stuff on your images before you go through and make the animation. And like I said, the smaller the image is, the faster it will process and all that kind of good stuff. And so we'll just come back over here. I'm not going to change nothing with this stuff over here. Just remember, the lower on this this amount of the milliseconds, the lower you go, the faster it'll get. And of course, the higher you go, the slower it will get. So this animation looks fine to me, and it's optimized for GIF. So all we'll do is go to File, and you could go to Export or Export As. I've been asked that question many of times, and some people say they don't have that Export As, and I'm not too sure as if that's because I have something added extra on here or not. But I could just go to Export, and we'll change this. Let's see. We'll just name this, I don't know, slideshow.gif. And we'll save this to the desktop. And just press Export. And then you'll get this Export as Image pop up. And you want to click on As Animation. And we can leave all this the same. Yeah, you could also change all the layers frame rates right here if you want to. So we'll just press Export. Alright guys, I am back, and it should be exported out into, let's see, go back into this icons folder, and where is it at? There it is. So, but that is how you go ahead and do the effect, and I hope that the person that asked that's exactly what they were looking for. Please like and subscribe for tons more tutorials, and have a great day. Thank you.